Good morning, everybody. It is September 9th, and we are at the jewelry call. We're going to talk about a lot of different things today. I want to start off to make sure anybody's questions gets answered before we jump into talking about what we sold. If you want to share what you sold this week, what you found this week, how many questions, I will do my best to answer them. Anybody have any questions or want to share any sales or anything? Yes, Mara.
I'm sitting here trying to find the hand raise. I had a couple things to share, and I have a question about two items. So maybe I'll do the question first.
Whichever one you want.
Okay, so I'm clicking on share. Am I sharing?
Not yet.
Hold on.
Keep trying. It's okay. It's totally fine.
I have to get you back. All right. I'm clicking on share. Yes. Okay. Got it now?
There you go. It's coming.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So now let me get where I can move this around. So it's some call. I don't know if it was one of the recent calls or I'm reviewing all the old calls. You were talking about these little charms, and how they sell pretty well. Can you see it? The little blue flower charm.
Yep.
Is this one of the things you were talking about? Because it's not marked.
Let me
but
see
I
the
looked
back.
it up and they can be aluminum. Is that something
Choose
that
the
you
back
said?
photo. I need to see the back photo. I think this one's newer than it's so it's not like one of the high-end Gouache sterling ones, but
it is Gouache.
Okay. But
it is, but it's not sterling. It's not the high-end sterling ones.
So not one of the kind you can throw up for like $24.99 or something.
Oh, I don't know. You could still sell that though. I just meant it's not $100.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It is. It's just not the old ones that are worth a lot are the old sterling ones that are like that are Gouache.
Okay. Isn't it guilloche? Isn't that how you say
it? It's guilloche.
Guilloche.
It's
no. It's guilloche. But you know what? We all have our southern voices or our hillbilly voices or whatever. So people have their own way of saying it.
So the E
if I know what you mean, I will accept it.
That's right. And they're not hearing it when they look at the listing. So you think is that more like a $12.99 kind of thing then?
Oh, I'd do better than that. I think it's more than that.
I think you're in the ballpark with what you were thinking. I thought you were asking if it's, I've listed the sterling higher end ones for, close to $100. So that's what I thought you were asking, if that's what that was. It's not one of those, but I would still list it at, you could try $24.99 and see what happens. It's got a little bit different pattern to it. It's got the blue in it.
Can I ask a question about this pendant? I mean, because I think this is like, I don't know, like a hot item, like the kids, the cottage core, whatever, right?
Yep.
Would she sell it faster if she put a chain on it? Just like a, you know.
It is tiny. Oh, you hate my fake hand. Hold on. It is tiny.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And so that's the never ending question, right, Mimi? People say it all the time. I put chains on nothing and I sell a ton of pendants. Does that mean you shouldn't put a chain on it? No. If you want to put a chain on it, put a chain on it. Personally, I don't see that mine sell faster when I do, but some people like to. So that's fine.
I hate the time that you have to take then to show how long the necklace is, and then somebody wants to know what I don't know. I'm not going to put a chain on it.
I just sell a pendant as a pendant, but if you want to put it on a chain,
and if you do put one on that one, you have to put a jump ring on it because it's going to be the wrong way.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be a hassle, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, okay, I think you're fine.
Okay, great, good to know. And then I had this. I think this is butt ugly, but if you look at the back of it, it's old, right?
Yeah, it's an old like lucite piece.
So I can't find any comps on it. Is that Art Deco?
It looks like it. It might be jet. Is it real lightweight?
It's lightweight, yeah.
Oh, then it's probably celluloid
or celluloid or lucite. It's clear though, right? If it's clear, it's probably I'm
It's a
guessing
little bit
lucite.
translucent. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, then probably lucite.
And what would you price that at?
So like this is a good question too. When you talk about comps, so there's
There's
if
no
you
comps.
ask me, are there comps on there? Yeah, there's bazillions of them because it doesn't have to be that shape. It just needs to be the same material, similar size, similar
Okay.
time period.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be the exact same item.
Okay.
So just that one is old. You know, it's an older piece. It's plastics are in right now. People like old plastics. If I had to guess off the top of my head, I'd say probably 60 bucks, 50, 60 bucks. What do you think, Lynn?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is that a
I
shoulder?
would probably put it
Shoulder-
at $49.99.
Okay. Because I would probably put it at $16.99, and this is like I need to. Okay.
Nope,
Great.
that's why you asked. Nope, I think
That's what I
I'm
asked.
right in ballpark with what Lynn said. Yep.
Okay.
What do you
Thanks.
call that, Carrie? Is that a shoulder brooch?
Just a brooch.
Yep.
It's just a brooch. It's not a shoulder. It's not a shoulder. I've had some shoulder brooches. It's not a shoulder brooch. It's just a brooch.
It looks like a tie with like rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I would
Yeah.
also use the word atomic.
Oh, okay. I've used it. Yeah.
Keyword
Yeah.
atomic. Even though it's not MCM, I don't think it is a good keyword for that type of,
Okay.
you could kind of see a planetary thing going on there if you wanted to,
Yeah, I was
Good,
just gonna
yeah.
ask if you had any other keywords besides like vintage lucite brooch, geometric, or I don't know. I'd have to see if that actually sells anything. But
I think it's cool, Mara. You think it's ugly?
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think it's ugly,
Yeah,
but I
those
think
are
it's cool.
those are the types of brooches, Mara, that I am absolutely picking up by themselves. I
Okay.
do pick those up. Those are good.
Yeah. Now I know. I looked at the back of it and went, well, I don't like you, but it's not about me. Okay.
I like it.
Those were my questions. I had a couple of pretty good sales for me. I'll share them, or if other people have questions.
Oh,
I
sure,
will.
go ahead.
All right.
You got it pulled
so-
up? You go
Yeah, I
right
got
ahead.
it pulled up. I had asked about these beads before. This is a broken necklace. It was just on a string. It was in a lot. And it sold for 35 bucks almost immediately. And I just put it as, foil glass beads for craft or restring, sold almost immediately. So I probably could have, I took an offer for 35, probably could have sold it. This was in, I
You
love
did
the
great.
scarab bracelets. I think I took an offer for 45 because I don't care. I just want it gone.
That dang brand gets me every time when I'm trying to spell it in the, like, with the apostrophe or not, or that name gets me.
Yeah, well, I love scarab bracelets. These were sweet. These were just like in the $2 pile. I
Nice.
forget what I took those, maybe 45, but they had Burberry on the back, and I am pretty sure they were genuine. They were nice and heavy, and the comps looked good. So they were just like, how they have in the thrift stores, they have, like $2 piles of clip-on earrings. They were just in there. These sold almost immediately for 50 bucks, and I just picked them up at a yard sale. But these, and
Nice.
they, you were talking in the previous call about holding out for more, because I absolutely could have got 60 for them if I was willing to hold out, but they sold in like 2-3 days, and I was in for like $3 on them. So I don't care. Goodbye.
Good sale.
Yep, it's a good sale.
Yeah. And then this one was in a lot, and that sold at ask. I had two of them, and one of them I took a $50 offer on, and then I stuck this one up, and it sold at full price almost immediately. It's just a little squirrel.
Cool.
So that was me.
Very nice. Good job. Love seeing those. Larry.
Yeah, I hit up a woman at the garage sale on Saturday. She mentioned that she had a ton of Southwest silver, and so I was very intrigued, but she didn't have it. But she did have this, and she let me pick through it. Let me share my screen. And I got these two pieces I'm about to show were in a lot that I paid 20 bucks for, that included about 10 decent pair of earrings. I'm probably overpriced on this, but I figure I'll start high and work my way down. But can you guys see this cameo?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So it's silver, gold plated, or it's a gold tone colored silver. It's marked silver. I was wondering if anybody recognized that. It's kind of munged. It looks like a maker's mark, but I couldn't make it out. But anyway, it appears to be shell. It's got that oval shape going on. And I don't know, does 79 sound reasonable? Is that too high?
You'll probably have to take an offer, but
Yeah, that's
I don't
my,
know about everybody else, but cameos haven't been as hot lately for me as they were maybe a year ago. Unless
Yeah.
they're really unique. But that one's nicely, finely detailed, and you may get it. You may get the $80. I'd let it
Yeah.
ride there for a while.
Yeah, I'll let it go. But if I get an offer for 50, I'm jumping on it.
I probably would too. I've had, yeah, mine aren't flying off the shelves lately.
Again, I'm into this whole conversation I had with this woman was I'm into it for 20 bucks. And I paid up just because I wanted to kind of prime the pump for the American Indian stuff she said she had. But
Remember, if you prime the pump high, then they expect it to stay high.
yeah, I know that.
But I get what you're saying, but yes.
But she mentioned that I was the second person to rifle through this stuff, and she was complaining that everybody got all the good pearls, but they left this one behind. Majorica, never dealt with this before, but
Yeah.
apparently it's a decent brand. They're faux pearls. They look gorgeous.
Usually nice and heavy, if I remember right.
They are heavy. The stones themselves, this necklace weighs a lot, and they're knotted in between and whatever. And comps are right at around 50, so that's what I put it at. Actually, comps were a little higher, so I put it a little bit lower than that. But I'm feeling pretty good about my $20.
And look at you on your leatherette thing without the fuzzies all over. Good job.
I was all over that, man. Who was? I think it was Meg. We had the conversation about a month ago.
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah,
Good
'cause
picture.
unfortunately, it came with this flaw down here, but oh well, I can.
Didn't even notice it till you said it.
Nope,
Yep.
I didn't notice it. I do stick behind no matter what I've been saying about titles. You need to move that 16-inch to the end.
Okay.
I do think
It
that
probably
messes
won't
up
let me, and I'll write it down and I'll lose it because I probably have
an offer or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm constantly, when it's throwing out those 15% off, when it says, okay, cool, I can do that.
Should it say, while we're talking about the titles, should it say Majorica, or however you say it, necklace, as opposed to Majorica pearl necklace?
No, I would have told you different last year, but I think it's good.
Yeah. And this is the title. I went into my ChatGPT based on that conversation this morning, and I said, hey, please change the way you do your titles based on eBay search engine optimized stuff using the most recent data you have. And I crossed my fingers, I said go, and this was the title it generated. So I'm gonna let it ride for I'm sorry.
You've got pearls in there twice, and you can't really say pearl because it's not real pearls. So is that a problem?
Yeah, that's
right
what
there?
I was asking.
Yes, so I agree with that. It's not a real pearl.
Right. According to this new model, simulated is over faux.
So do you remember that ChatGPT gives zero cares about you when you go to get an INAD?
Got it. Yeah. I thought about
I don't know how I feel about that. I think you should do what you want to do, but it's probably not wrong. It's probably not. I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm guessing ChatGPT doesn't care about eBay rules either.
Yeah, they don't care about you're totally right about that. Same with the listing softwares, they don't care about the rules.
So
I don't know how I feel about simulated stuff. I don't know.
To me, it comes down to, is this simulated pearls or is this faux pearls?
Either same thing.
Yep. I think you are right though. I've noticed that it's changed all my faux to simulated also, and I don't think it's wrong.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let this ride for a little while as far as my algorithm on the titles, based on this conversation earlier this morning, and let's see what happens. Anyway,
I agreed with what Crystal was saying, that it has to have something in front of it, and you had it in there twice and one without. So yeah, I agree.
And then this last one was in that same batch, and this isn't jewelry per se, but it's I cringe at this thing, but it just reeks of 1972 or 65 or something. But it's
reminds me of the pink
Bubblegum.
poodle things in the 50s. Yep, bubblegum for sure.
Bubblegum, but retro maybe.
I think it's adorable.
Okay. Yeah, and I know this is high, and again, I'm into this for nothing because it was in that batch at $20, but bubble gum. Okay, cool.
Hey,
I would
Larry.
lower that price if you want an offer. That's
Larry,
pretty
I
high.
just want to let you know that faux came up, and Carrie, this was interesting too. I went to list same thing, a set of faux pearls, and I didn't put faux in the title. And when I went, when it asked me, like, I know you don't do this, but I try to fill out at least the item specifics that have a high number next to them, where people are searching those. Faux came up. The word faux came up in stone creation or main stone, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, maybe it was just a glitch. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, under item specifics, but it was weird.
Cool. I ran into another gun loader this weekend. Picked up a whole bunch of these things for in a whole box, man. I got a ton of stuff for $45.
Didn't you get INADed twice on it or zeroed?
No, this
Or
is
policy violation,
different.
whatever?
This is different.
Oh, okay.
This is for making the shells. The INAD that I got was for the boxes that they get stored in.
So you want to get another type of policy violation?
No, they have a group for this actually has a eBay category.
Okay.
Reloading equipment.
Oh, okay.
So it's legit. Anyway, thank you.
Good job. Mimi, you had your hand up?
No, I just wanted to ask a question about the necklace. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Nope, you're fine. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll share a couple sales. Like I said, I went on vacation and I've just been kind of getting back in the groove, but I had a couple good sales because before I left, I got right before the tariffs came in or whatever, like I got right under the deadline. I ordered a lot from Israel, and it was a bunch of designer like tie clips and cufflinks. So I knew those were all going to be super long tail, but I only paid $35 including shipping to get them in. So I sold 2 of them, and I'm already in the profit. So I sold this Valentino one. I think I took an offer for 50 because I double checked the comps, and I'm now the highest Valentino tie clip seller in 3 years. And there's like 1 million for sale. And then same but this one was like, I think I sold 25% off or 20% off this weekend. And there's like 428 for sale and like not many that have sold. So I was very happy with that. But yeah, so I guess if you do find designer ones that could be good, like long tail or longer tail items or ones, if you get them cheap enough just to sell them cheap enough and then it won't be so long tail.
How big was that lot for $30?
I got like 17 individual, yes. Oh wait, 16 individual listings out of it, including like a junk lot that I listed of it. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Was it just men's accessories, Meg, or was it?
Yeah, it was just men's accessories. Yeah, I just happened to be like up late one night and was searching like Givenchy like lot or something, and it came up, and maybe because it was in Israel that no one else bid on it.
Was that through eBay? You bought it?
Yeah, it was through eBay. Mm-hmm.
What was the shipping on that?
It was only it was $25 and $10 shipping.
Oh,
or the
wow.
other way, maybe the other way around. Something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
She's disappeared for the moment, but there's a very high-end brooch seller on eBay that's from Israel. Has very nice things. All right, I'm going to try to get to the right window here. Move my bar. Here's my other one. All right. This one I actually bought and took gave an offer. But you know, sometimes when they're in pictures like this, you can't always tell the size of things very well. You know, sometimes I have trouble like, are those brooches really that big, or are they just look big on that table next to the other things? You know what I mean? So, and then like even like this, like do you think that's solid? Or, I mean, it could look like plastic in the middle, and sometimes you just can't tell. And like, maybe that, is that really a small circle brooch or a big circle brooch? But, I took a chance on it, and these were just massive brooches. Like this one's huge. I think it's 5 or 6 inches long.
Wow.
That brooch right there. And it was just a really, really nice lot, from eBay. So really, really nice lot. I've already sold.
What were some of the makers
things
in there?
It wasn't so heavy maker. That one big one was a Juliana, and then I think this one was 2, but they were just really old, nicely made. I was trying to think, there were makers in there. That one necklace was a Whiting and Davis, which I knew when I ordered it. You can just tell if you've ever had it, that one's a Whiting and Davis right there.
So it says 154 pieces. Did it show one picture with all 150?
It did. Yeah, you kind of had to, it didn't really show it very well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there.
I think
Okay.
that was the best one, but I counted and I had 150 individual listings out of it. So, cause there was 4 that, like, I think those earrings, I think I took those out. And there was one that was missing a stone.
I'm sorry,
But anyway,
what did you pay for that lot?
I paid 150.
Wow.
So I had 150 individual items. I think maybe I took one of those bracelets out. That might have been an Eisenberg. I don't know. I don't really remember. I've processed so much jewelry since this weekend, I don't remember anything. But I do remember that I took 4 pieces out. But other than that, they were really nice. So that was a nice lot. I don't remember if I bought that one or not, so I'm not gonna say. I might have this one. Same seller. I did not buy this one. I decided not to. She offered it to me. I don't know, she sent me an offer at like 120 and I declined. But I think I had it pulled up just to show you guys, like, okay, so this is one I would pass on. So this is a newer brooch. If I had to guess, it's one of the LC brooches. That's a Sarah Coventry. Or maybe one of the, could be a Coro, big one. And those are like 25 bucks. So I mean, it's not a bad one, but when you're trying to figure out a lot, right? This one could be gold filled or whatever, but it's not very big. That is a very nice, that's probably my favorite brooch in the whole lot. That's an old celluloid, probably. Those are kind of small, like, that really pretty one kind of looks like it might be newer. So I passed on it, which sent me an offer for 125 and I passed, but it did sell, but not to me.
What about
I think there's a whole bunch of my stuff in that lot. I'm seeing an awful lot of familiar stuff. I gotta see if this woman has bought from me.
So yeah. So no, people always ask me like, what kind of stuff do you pass on? I passed on that. I don't think it's a bad lot. It just wasn't worth it to me.
What about that watermelon stone, Carrie, the top left?
I think it's new. I think it's newer.
Is there any
picture? It didn't impress me.
Mm. She doesn't show the back, huh?
No, but I've bought from her and everything's been really good. But
I'm confused as to why she would sell 154 piece lot at 180 and a 35 piece lot at 150.
I don't know either.
A good question.
I was wondering that too. I'm like, she's very confused, very confused.
People's views of value and can vary day to day, I think. I don't really know. But so I passed on that. But I mean, these are the kind of lots I feel like sometimes people jump on because they think, okay, I see rhinestones, I see I see lots of brooches. And I think maybe the value was because it's all brooches. So sometimes people think, oh, they're brooches, I can get more money. And she did get it, right, guys? I mean, she sold it for 125 bucks. So and there probably are mostly vintage. I mean, I don't think any of them are like 90s, so, but it just wasn't for me. I think that one is new, the one in the upper left-hand corner. And I don't think that's like a really old glass one. So anyway, it wasn't for me, but she did get the money. I don't know what the offer was, but she did get she did sell it. So, but the whole point of that is when we look at things, whether we can, the value we put on things, we don't just jump because it's brooches and they're rhinestones. This was the same seller. This hasn't sold yet, but it's all enamel flowers for 125. And I definitely passed on this, although I think that they're nice. They're in good condition. I just didn't see I love the double one. I think that one's really pretty. It's unique and different, but wasn't for me at 125. But I think I think they're nice, and somebody will probably, I guess she'll probably sell that lot for 100. I had to guess, but she hadn't. I mean, it was nice. So my sales this week, this is not an exciting sale by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a Sarah Coventry brooch I hadn't seen before. So that's why I included it. I sold it for $27.45. It was sterling. Sarah Coventry does have some sterling pieces. I hadn't seen this one, and the lady that buys Sarah Coventry from me messaged me and she bought it. It was pretty old for Sarah Coventry on the back, I think. There's a better picture. So not a big sale, but just something different. These are things I find in the bottom of my boxes all the time when I buy lots. And don't just chuck them, because this sold in, let's see, I mean, about a month it took to sell for 30 bucks. So it was just 2 sets of the snap style cufflinks, and we all get cufflinks, and we all get lots of cufflinks. And so don't just chuck them. They're worth listing, some of them. This is the one that sold in minutes. It was a really nice Hollycraft, but I popped that stone out, so I wasn't putting it back. Sold in like, I had less than $2 into this. So I bought this lot from a guy that I mean, nothing was labeled as signed, nothing showed the backs, and they were all in individual $10 lots. So each lot was $10, and they were all full of DeMario, Polycraft, Weiss. I don't know. I'm guessing it was just like his mom's jewelry or something. And I'm like, I'll take all your lots you got listed if you'll ship. And he's like, oh, I'll absolutely ship. And so I got like every single lot had like 10 pieces in it for $10. And they were all just loaded full of rhinestones of Eisenberg. I mean, it was really nice. I messaged him back and I'm like, hey, wherever you got that, if you have more, I'll take it. So it was a really nice lot. But this is just a case of, huh? Go ahead.
That's an important comment you just made there. Asking if they have more. I've more times than not, I've done, that's a very well spent 5 seconds to ask that.
Yep, absolutely. And it sold not promoted, so that was even better. Sold immediately, not promoted. Could I held out and got more money? Yep, absolutely. Did it sell super fast and now it's gone? Yep, absolutely. Cufflinks, I bought these for $1 on Whatnot. I thought they were cool. And I sold them for 83 bucks in a week.
Are they silver tone or sterling? I can't see the gray bars covering your title.
I did not list them as sterling. I don't think they were sterling, actually. I think I took a magnet to them. I didn't like test them, but they stuck to a magnet. So
what does the rest of your title say? Because I can't see it. I just see
vintage Balfour Corvette cufflinks, silver tone.
Silver tone. Yeah, those are really cool, Carrie.
They were just different, right?
Yeah.
So I don't normally buy cufflinks. Like, I don't go out of my way to buy cufflinks. I'm drowning in cufflinks. But those were kind of cool. This I definitely could have probably held out for more money. Pretty sure that gold, I'm sure that the harness and stuff was gold filled, but it definitely wasn't gold. You can see the wear on there and stuff, but it was neat. Old equestrian stuff sells really well, sells fast. I also got this on Whatnot for $1. Different seller. Yep, it was pretty cool. These are always good if you can find these, and the little key works and everything. And it sold in a day, so I probably could have held out for more money, but it was fine. It was on my 25% off sale. I'm sure not crying about it. I don't remember what I paid for that. It was in a lot. I don't remember, but it was neat. People like those lock and key things, and the chain was pretty cool. This belt buckle, So I got this was also a Whatnot dollar buy. So I see these flamingos, right? And I'm like, heck, for $1, I'm buying it anyway, because flamingos and palm trees, guys, I'm always saying this. But I saw on the back that it had like, obviously it was branded, but I mean, I only paid $1 for it. So I'm not saying I bought it for that, because I didn't. But then I looked it up and I was like, what? And I looked up that brand, and I got an $80 offer in 5 minutes, and I countered at 100 because I thought it was like, this is funny, and she paid right away. So I don't know. And it had a lot of wear on it too, but apparently that brand belt buckles is a thing. So it was a Tech Ether Guild belt buckle. But I'm not going to say I bought it because I knew what it was, because I really had no idea. I bought it because it had cool flamingos on it. I didn't know anything about those belt buckles, so now I do though. I got this it sat longer. Well, I guess I listed it on August 14th, so it took a little bit to sell, not terrible, but it was really nice. Sold it for 102.
What do you think that would sell for missing stones, Carrie? Because I have it in white, missing stones.
The Kramer in New York one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you could try it at like 80 and take an offer, maybe. Depends on how many stones are missing.
A few.
If the gold tone wear is in good shape.
Okay.
That's the big thing on those. The gold tone seems to wear off. So this sold for 130 bucks, 16-pound junk lot. I'm telling you guys, I just don't take time making mine look nice. I chuck them in a box. This one was heavy on rhinestones, but it wasn't because I did it that way. It just was. So somebody probably will have a heyday with it restoring stuff.
Or a lot of time on Whatnot.
I don't know. I wouldn't buy any of the stuff in that box, but somebody might. Here's my little signer bugs. I bought this in an insect bug lot on eBay. I don't remember exactly what I paid for the lot, but not very much, or I wouldn't have bought it. I didn't know these were signer when I bought the lot, though. I didn't know till I flipped them over, to be honest with you. And they're missing one of the little beads. On that one is missing a bead right there. But they were cool and they were neat. And then I comped them and then I sold for $182.
Wow.
That's great.
They were listed.
Can be.
Yeah, those are adorable.
Yeah, they are cute. I listed them August 17th. This one sat longer than I thought it would. Well, no, never mind. I lied. That was a different one I'm thinking of. So this one, well, yeah, I listed it June 30th. So it did sit for a little bit. It was a really nice brooch. I really thought it would sell faster, but it was missing a piece of the blue. So it does have some repair issues, or else it would have been worth more. There's the Trifari on the back. I got that, I don't remember where I got that at. But anyway, it's a kingfisher brooch is what they call it. This one sold for 600. I took an offer of 600. It was made by the same maker as the bracelet that haunts me, that keeps coming back. And I listed it and I got an offer the same day. So this was on September 4th. So I listed it, got an offer of 600 the same day. And you know what? I paid 800 for the whole entire lot that also had the $1,500 bracelet in it. And so I thought, you know what? Great. And then the guy messaged me and said, thank you so much. Veronica was my mother. So, and if you go into his store, it's just full of her creations. So he's trying to buy back her items. So that was kind of cool. And I'm going to ask if maybe he would share her collection with us on a call sometime, because they have a private website and all that stuff. It's really, really neat of all of her trying to buy back all of her creations. So it was really neat.
Amazing, Carrie. That would be such a cool learning.
Yeah, because there's lots of Zuni tunes out there, but her stuff is really, really the best as far as how it's put together and stuff. Because I did a lot of research on the Zuni tunes when I got these. So that was all I have for my sales as far as this week. But you know, I had my second my second $4,000 weekend in a row. So sales are out there, guys. We just got to go get them. We have to go get them, and we have to keep the wheels moving and keep shoving our store full. And I'm hoping mine is finally catching up with my 40-a-day listings I'm putting up now, but it's out there. So I think I had one. I've never done a $2,000 day, and I missed it by a little bit, but I think I had a $1,880 Thursday, and it was not any of those high dollar sales. It was just a lot of the other stuff, just regular stuff. So Mimi, and then Crystal, are you going to share your screen, or you can send me a link? Either way.
I'm going to try to share.
Well, good job. Go ahead, Mimi.
You want me to go first?
Sure. I only said your name first because I thought Crystal was probably going to have to send me a link, but she's going to be great today.
So going after Carrie, my sales are not like super duper, but I don't know.
Sales are sales, Crystal. Sales are sales, Mimi.
So this one, I think it was definitely more contemporary, but I liked it. I thought it was really cute. A little Caroline necklace.
That's
And
pretty.
Right? It sold like I think if the stones were glass, I would have priced it for more, but they were like acrylic, so I don't know. And then I sold this just glass beaded necklace. I have a bunch of these. I think I just need to list them all because they sell pretty quickly.
They do. Those foil glass does.
This is another one.
That's great.
So I sold you guys, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think maybe it was Larry who was talking about the junk lots, putting them in the small priority box things. And that day after the call, I sat down and maybe like an hour, I did 15 at like 2-pound boxes.
Yeah, aren't they fun? They're the best.
Yeah. I mean, I actually just like put a layer down in the box, take pictures. I blew them out. They most of them sold already. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, well, let me do a few. I did one large and one medium. So this is the large one that sold for $120. And then the medium sold, I think, for like $85. They both sold on Friday. So I was happy. I was like, well,
what did you charge for the small flat rates?
Well, I undercharged for shipping. The small flat rate, I think I charged like $15.95 and it cost me 17 something. Oh no, you mean for the small flat rate?
Yeah, the small ones.
Sorry.
So what were you listing them for? What price were you asking for the smalls?
Oh, I had them at $29.99.
Yeah, okay.
And they sell anywhere between 20 and 22. And shipping was like $10.95. I think I had on there. So the large rate and the large and the medium box, I underquoted the shipping, but that was okay. And then a lady I have, she reached out to me on Sunday because she wanted one thing out of one of my 2-pound lots. And she sent me pictures of her. So she said she's building a whole castle and she saw I had a lion head earring and she wanted to do something on the wall. So she sent me pictures of her project. Oh my God. But I was like, well, it would look beautiful, but you got to buy the whole lot. I'm not going to pick out.
I would have made an exception for that one.
You think so?
Yeah, for that one, I would have pulled the dang earring out and
I had some earrings, like older, like Anne Klein lion head earrings. And I sent them to her and I told her I could sell them to her for like $5, but she said she would have to think about it. So I don't know.
Mimi,
yes.
Ask you a quick question. Are you no longer doing the jewelry box setup with like the treasure, like how you used to do your lots where you'd like sprinkle or
so
what I'm talking about?
I haven't done one in a while, but I do have lots set, like, because I have like a cottagecore one that I have set up and an Asian jewelry one. So those I will do, but the junk lots, I'm not,
No, I just wondered how they compare to the lots you were just showing us. Like, do they sell faster? Do they sell for more?
They sell for more. And I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I could tell you if they sell faster. Sometimes I'll do some and they'll sell within a week. Sometimes I'll have them, they'll sit around for like 6 weeks. It just kind of depends, I guess. Um, so I don't know, but the junk lots, they were flying off the shelves, and I have a lot of junk. So I don't want to like overload my store with junk jewelry lots, but I just love the fact that I just throw them in the box, take some pictures, I close up the box, take them up, put them a number on them, and when they sell, I slap a label on it, and it's out the door. So
Are you accepting returns on those?
I have no choice. I mean, if they want to return
Right,
them, they
right.
return them. But I mean, a lot of people, knock on wood, a lot of people have left feedback like it's literally junk to me. But the feedback that they've been leaving is like, oh my gosh, this stuff is so amazing and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay. So I haven't gotten any returns yet.
Cool,
Hopefully
cool.
I don't.
Nice job.
Thank you. I have a question. This lady bought this handbag from me yesterday, and she sent a note to ask, please mark the parcel as a gift and under $100, or I will get hit with lots of duties.
Oh,
What
well,
do I
that's too
do?
bad.
Do
You
I even
process it just like you
respond?
normally would. We're gonna see this a lot.
Yeah.
And so we don't lie to the government and we don't get fined for lying on our parcels. So you process it just like normal.
Do I even respond to her or send her a note to say I can't do anything, or no?
I don't.
Just ship it.
We're gonna see a lot of this. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank
And then
you.
when they refuse it at the, let's because like whatever their version of the post office is or whatever, they're gonna have to pick it up and pay the duty there or whatever, and they refuse it, so then they lose their protection, right? But it could get
Yep.
it would just be we would just have once it gets rerouted to us, we would just refund them, right? But minus the shipping.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of this.
Yeah.
Yep. And I see on Whatnot now when you go onto a show, if they're in Canada or whatever, we're getting a big splash up front that says, please know you're gonna have duties and import fees. So
I don't know if they
because
even
it's not
can
just
they
a
even
straight
import it yet?
percentage. Huh?
Did they even do the regulations to be able to import anything yet? Or are they still boycotting the I think they still
So
can't.
Whatnot is allowing it to go through, but I think a lot of places, that's not the post office either.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think there's going to be a lot of jam ups, but because it's not just a straight like, oh, you're paying an extra 10%, you're paying other fees on top of it. So it's going to be a lot. So just watch out for it when it happens. That's why I'm not doing any direct international shipping right now at all. I'm hoping that eBay International will take care of it for us. So I would imagine, but I know a lot of people have said they can't check out my store right now. So I think they're shutting off certain sales right now. So Mimi, did you have another question or did you have your hand up from before?
Sorry.
I just didn't want to miss you. Crystal.
Okay, let me try here. I think I'm sharing the wrong thing, or am I sharing it all?
So it's the eBay one. There's like half of an eBay screen where it's showing. So I think you're on the right track.
Okay. All right. Now I see an Austria brooch.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yay, I'm sharing.
Good job, Crystal.
Okay, so I did a couple of auctions this time around. I don't know why, I just did. I started this Austria brooch. I thought it was special. I started it for 50. It sold for 51. Let's see if I can move this bar. It's in the way.
Laurel Birch.
Yep. Laurel Birch Siamese cats. Sold that for 40. It's a brooch.
Nice.
Great price.
Sold pretty quick. And
Cat stuff sells quick.
A Bakelite brooch, crescent moon, cherry red. I think that sold for asking price. Juliana earrings, sold for 34, and they were a bargain. I got those for $2 off of Whatnot a long time ago. This is a bug that should have had lots of little rhinestones right there on the head, but the rhinestones are missing. But I listed it for like 89 and got an offer of 62 and took it. So
that looks cool.
yeah.
It is neat.
Oh, I just showed that one already. There's one more. The Shriner brooch sold.
Fantastic.
Got 309 out of it.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yay! That's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, and you know what? With auctions, there's nothing, you know, she started at $2.99 because she was okay with $2.99. There's nothing wrong with running an auction and seeing what happens. And then, like, if it wouldn't have sold, the worst thing that could happen is she goes and lists it. Right. You know, like, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Crystal, how much did you pay for that? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking it was $20 or less, though. I know it was another one of my Whatnot buys, and I usually remember when I pay up for things, and I don't remember paying up for that. So.
Oh, I'd love to find a Shriner like that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was really pretty. It's a good colors for right now this time of year too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is like fall colors. I didn't even think of that, but I think the name sold
Good
it.
job, Crystal. Do you need me to kick you off? Oh, look.
I don't think so.
You are a pro. Got it. So. Larry.
Yeah, I forgot to share this one thing. I was just sitting on the couch last night, and I ran across this, and I bought it. It was $17 delivered. It was $10 and $7 shipping. Was this lot?
You sold that or you bought that?
I bought this for $17. This appears to be an original Trifari tag. I might be wrong, but it kind of looked like it to me. I don't know what this is, but I think it's missing a stone. I've sold this cat before. It's got a chain for a tail, or not a cat, it's a mouse. You know, I don't know what these are, but I figured there's got to be at least 30 to 40 bucks worth of stuff here. So I rolled the dice. Any comments?
No, I'm nice today.
You're correct. There's probably $30 to $40 worth of stuff there. I think that's correct.
Do you want to? So I feel like you are a good enough sourcer now, Larry, and you've done some amazing sourcing that there's zero reason why you would have to pick up a lot like that.
Okay.
You're going to do a lot of work to get your 30 or 40 bucks out of that.
Okay. Would you? What do you think this this brooch is worth here? This Trifari.
Even if it is Trifari, it's an ordinary one, and I don't know that it is.
The two pink earrings next to it, those could possibly be something, maybe.
I doubt
I don't know.
Maybe silver. I can't see
where I was putting my value was this one, and these earrings. And I know I've sold this guy before for like 20 bucks. I don't know what this is, but it's rhinestone. Do anybody recognize that thing?
All I
it's rhinestone.
Whoever did that lot and put it on that background is nuts.
Thinking this thing, I'm like, why on earth would you put it?
That's why my first question was, you bought this or you sold this? Because like Larry, we're regressing. This isn't good. But
sorry, I missed Larry. You bought this on eBay or Facebook?
I bought this on eBay for $10 plus $7 shipping.
And you bought it because you saw this tagged brooch?
Because I saw what appeared to be $50 to $60 worth of stuff here, and I hope that maybe this is a seller that has sold 5 things, right? So they're an inexperienced seller, or they've been kicked off or whatever. But anyway, okay, so you wouldn't have bought it.
A hard pass for me, Larry. Hard pass.
Hard pass. Okay, thank you.
Because I think, you know why? Because for you, you know better. You can source better because you have a lot more knowledge behind you. So I don't think you're desperate enough for inventory to have to buy lots like this.
I did
Okay.
a Google Lens that Trifari one, because I do think, like, if I'm looking and peering at it, it does say jewels by Trifari, but you could Google Lens it and see what you find too, or just see if you know,
Yeah.
if the ones that have the tag were worth anything. That looks so tiny, I thought it was an earring. So that makes me think it's not going to be worth very much.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I don't know, but I would have looked it up before I bought it. Remember, you gotta be
But do I
broke.
think you're
You gotta
gonna lose
pretend,
money?
pretend like
No.
you're broke. Pretend $17 matters.
Yep, it's the pretending we're broke when we source. Like if you were
Yeah.
super broke and you had to source, is this a lot you would buy?
You would have checked things first.
Yeah. Well, what I'd rather do is pay $150 for a set of golf clubs, and I know I'm going to be able to get 600 for in 3 days, and that's happening in an hour.
See, I can be harder on you because I know you know better, and
Yeah,
you have enough knowledge that you don't have to be desperate for lots.
And the I'm going to be nice today. Please don't. Come on, man. I can handle it. I need to learn.
Well, it's still I still had to ooze it out, so I wasn't so nice. But yeah, no, I
No.
think it's because you know, because you have the knowledge, because you showed us you have the knowledge, so you could be picky.
All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate the feedback.
And I hope you won't lose money on this lot. Like you're gonna get your money back, right? So
No,
but,
I'm
just
gonna
making you feel better.
probably double or triple my money, but
Probably.
yeah, I would have much rather double or triple my money on a $100 thing that I only have to sell 2 of.
Well, yeah, me too. But I mean, here I am processing through. For those of you guys that didn't hear me, I bought over, I think it ended up being like 115, 120 pounds of jewelry on Sunday. And it was just a lady. So she said that she'd been reselling or wanted to resell, and then she has to move, so she's not going to. So she had these totes all. And I can tell you 1000% what happened. She was sourcing and forgot about the selling part. So everything was still had, garage sale tags on them, estate sale tags on them, thrift store tags on them, and just was thrown in tubs. So she didn't pull the gold and silver out. And she said she didn't, but people say that, so I didn't bank on that. But it wasn't a lot of it, but there was probably enough gold and silver to pay for the lot. So that was good. And I ended up with I don't know, over 200 individually listable items and then several medium junk lot boxes. So I hate sorting. I'd rather cherry pick and have great stuff. But sometimes, to keep my cost of goods really low, you go pick up the 100-pound lots. So it wasn't that bad. Nicole.
Just a quick question. When something is marked 925, but it's clearly yellow gold color, do I still call that sterling silver or do I call it vermeil?
Well, it depends on if it really is sterling.
Yeah, I tested it. It definitely is not magnetic, and it's a ring, but it's gold. Like it's gold color and it's marked 925.
It has a gold wash over it, right, Lynn?
I would call it vermeil.
Vermeil.
It's usually
okay.
gold plated.
Yeah, because it has another mark, but I can't tell what the mark is. I think it's the maker, but I'm not 100% sure. But I call it vermeil, not 925 yellow.
I don't think you're wrong. If I wouldn't call it 925 yellow no matter what, but
Okay.
925 isn't incorrect, but I agree that vermeil is probably a better word for it.
Vermeil. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Crystal.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to share something stupid I did with Better Lister. I know you're always warning about Better Lister and the possibility of, or any of the A1 listers and the possibility of INAS. I haven't done that yet, but I came close because to import them into eBay, what I do is put a scheduled date on, and then I move them over to eBay, and then I go through the checking them all while they're actually in eBay and then launching them live. Well, I missed the date on 25 of them and launched them before I checked them. And so I had to end 25 listings very quickly. Fortunately, nobody bought any of them.
At least you caught them.
Yes, that's what I say. Fortunately, I caught it and nobody bought any of them. But yeah, that could have been a real mess.
That is human error. We're all going to have human error. So at least you caught it. And if anything, that will probably make you more sure to not miss that step next time. That's all we can do about that. I have lots of human error in my life, so it just happens. But yep. Let's see what I did bring up. It's you. Let me see. I can't remember what even. So many dang tabs open. Oh yeah. So just because it's fun, some of the things I found in my weekly research, daily research, but if you aren't researching daily, you're missing out on money, I think. I'm never going to find this. However, I thought that this one was kind of a cool listing of, you know, the fact that it didn't say the main word of why it would be worth so much money.
Somebody recognized it.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say.
At least more than one person recognized it. So without looking at that, why is this worth money, guys?
Shriner.
Why is
The
this
Shriner?
worth $2,000? Shriner ruffle brooch.
Yeah.
Yep. The Shriner ruffle brooch. So I think most of us hopefully would recognize this. You know, it's the iconic Shriner. You know, this is a very iconic Shriner brooch. But then if we flip it over, it's got the little hooky things. I'm sure there's a technical term for it, and somebody on YouTube will probably, you know, jump in to correct me. I don't know. I call them the hooky things that are on the back of Shriners sometimes. I don't know.
What
And
did that
it's
auction
very
start at?
I was going to ask the same thing. I'm glad you asked that. I can't imagine somebody putting something up like that at a low
my gosh,
Wow,
they didn't know.
20 bucks.
Yeah, because
I
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
they
the
knew it started
description
at
said
12
like,
bucks.
yeah, I was gonna say the description said owned by a deceased friend, so she clearly had no idea what it was. I bet she was real surprised.
Oh my goodness.
$12. She didn't.
Wow.
I don't think she knew, guys.
But it's good she didn't put it up for 49, you know, fixed.
Yep. It
Hold
would have
on,
been gone.
Go back.
Huh?
I was trying to turn my mic on, sorry. Can you scroll down just a little bit? I want to see at the end there what they did. Where it went from
Was it the last 8
the
seconds?
very last part.
Well, if it went crazy at the end,
right
yeah,
there.
it did.
Yeah, from 400 to 2,000.
They didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, it looks like the same person is going up at the end there.
Yep.
That's interesting.
That's a gorgeous.
When I saw this, I thought our group needs to be able to recognize things like this. And
what are the characteristics that get your attention that tells you it's Shriner?
Well, so the Shriner like ruffle brooches look exactly like this in different color patterns. So this is just like one of those, like if you look up iconic Shriner brooches, you will find one like this. I don't know that I've ever seen it in pink though, in purple. So that's even cooler. I don't think I have, but I'm not a Shriner expert by any stretch of the imagination. But so this, I would have saw this laying on a table and I would have grabbed it no matter what, if it was under $100, just to take a chance that maybe it was, just because they look, I mean, that's very, very iconic.
Well,
but on the
it's
go ahead, Lynn.
different. Like the Shriner brooches I'm familiar with are more, they have an oval. They're more oval shaped, and the baguettes or whatever you want to call them on the outside are different lengths normally, and they don't normally have that little round double ring around the center. It's usually just like a row of rhinestones or maybe 2 rows of rhinestones, but that's built
prongs
up.
are right.
It's domed.
Yeah, domed. Yeah, the dome shape is pretty common for Shriner.
Yep, and then the prongs, those prongs are right. As far as
flat
like
out gorgeous.
it is. It's really good. So Larry asked that. So those prongs are pretty common in Shriner usage. Like those prongs are pretty common. And then the back, lots of times, like I said, I call them the hook things for Shriner. I'm sure they have a name. I don't know them, but lots of times they have those hooks right there. And then the circle, and I think that's because of the domed. You know how you have the circle and the circle? It's because a lot of those brooches are domed. But that's just a really common construction there. But yeah, I saw that when I was scrolling by. I'm like, oops, maybe somebody didn't know they had a Shriner.
Oh my
So that was a
God.
very cool piece.
What's even cooler is the person who saw it and started bidding knew that they were looking at the auction.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, because that would have been hard to search for, right?
yeah.
And 3 pictures.
Well, if you just thought it was just a cruddy old pink brooch, maybe you wouldn't have thought it deserved more than 3 pictures. But so yeah, pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. And cool for the seller too. I like to see a seller win when they don't know they're getting ready to win, right? Oh, and by the way, my pendant's going to authentication. But that $1,500 bracelet, both times, neither time went to authentication. But the $600 pendant of the same make and model is going through authentication. No rhyme or reason. I have no idea. However, since it's going to the artist's family, I'm hoping that they would say it was authentic. I thought this was neat. I've never seen one of these Trifari dogs like this. That's the big jelly bellies. I thought that was really neat. I've never seen that particular one. Lots of times the old Trifaris like this are hard to find the mark. They're on the back end usually somewhere, but they are hard to see sometimes. So they're just lightly etched and they get missed a lot because that etching gets worn. So here's my one cautionary tale here is these get redone all the time. Like they redo these Trifari jelly bellies a lot and also misstamp them and knock them off and everything else. So be very careful if you're spending up for one and make sure yours is authentic. But this one was cool. This came across. I had a
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, this was very neat. I've not ever seen this one either. Also 3 pictures. But that's all it took. Like this is a beautiful Coro Duet piece. Right there is where it says the Coro Duet. It is sterling. There's the 2 pieces that would fit together. I thought that was a neat set.
See, so there, Carrie, they called it sterling even though it's gold colored.
Not wrong. It's sterling. They wouldn't have been wrong if they called it vermeil either.
Okay. Okay. That's gorgeous.
It is sterling. Yep. This one, I would have missed this every day of the week. Didn't until I went and did more research after I saw the listing. I didn't know that these were a super sought after thing. So there's a picture of the ad for them. I had I had no idea. This one I was going to ask. So this was I find lots and then I ask myself, okay, you know, of course I say, would I buy this? There's I feel like sometimes when we're starting off in jewelry, especially, maybe somebody would see a lot like this and jump on it and think it was a good deal. But so I'm asking, what do we see in these brooches?
Newer.
They're new. But they're getting really good. These new ones are getting good.
Yeah, from across the kitchen, they look great, but then I walk closer.
Yes. So then we get to see the back, but you could see the danger if we didn't get to see the back and you don't know better.
Yeah.
Right? You see all these sitting on a table at an auction and you don't know better. Those new ones knockoffs are getting good, guys.
Can you
getting good.
Harry, like because they're so bright, because they're not tarnished enough, like
no. Okay, so I will say it's not because of how they look for wear. That's not why I say that's not it, because I see a lot of really good vintage ones that are in just as good a shape. I'm going to explain this poorly and I don't want hate mail.
Those aren't real prongs.
One, I will say, huh?
Those aren't real prongs. Those are like the nubby fake prongs.
Yeah, kind of. But so when I'm looking at new stuff and I know it's new, it's never the intricate things people think it is. It's cheap materials. It's and I will say I told Meg the other day I felt vindicated by Jason Adams, because you know what he says when people say, how do you know? And he says, I just know. Handle more jewelry. That's what he says. Handle more jewelry. So that's kind of the thing, right? So and you start to see these
It just looks different. I don't know how to describe it. Like those blue ones just look different. I've never seen that in
They're
vintage.
just glued
I don't
in.
know.
Yeah, there's
Or
no
the shape-
prongs
maybe the
there.
don't
shape
look
is kind of
vintage.
weird. I don't know. It's just off.
No
It's
prongs.
just off. That's right.
The
It's
stones
just
look
off.
plastic.
And it's
Zoom
also,
into that one right there. Zoom into
This
that
one?
yellow one. Yeah.
Okay,
Now look
They're
at
just
how
glued in.
see it. Now I can see
the
it.
yeah, it's so cheaply made, like the yellow stones with the little fake looking stick things on the ends that are supposed to kind of look like prongs or whatever. I don't know.
Yep.
Right.
There's
It's also the fact that when you start to see more and more of it, it just doesn't look right.
Right. I see it now.
But if you
yeah,
see
how
these in
this
person, I will tell you something. Some of them are brilliant. I mean,
Until
some
you
of them
flip
the
it over though.
sparkle
rhinestones
like
are
you wouldn't
always
believe.
funky glued in there. You know, the rhinestones don't sit nicely in the settings. They're all kind of funky.
Like even that one, you see that from a distance on an auction table mixed in with old stuff. You could see how you might,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't know better, you might grab it.
It's the little prong dots.
Dots.
They're
Yep.
like little dots. That one and the heart below it were like that.
Yep.
Yeah, the heart screamed to me like, no way. But
And the rhinestones just look different to the way that I feel like I could go into Michael's and replace those rhinestones with the current rhinestones, and like vintage ones you can't. I don't know why, but you just yeah.
Yeah, they're like
They are
flat
very
bottomed.
pretty in person. They are very pretty in person.
that enameled like flower on the bottom middle. I don't know why I thought like Joan Rivers-ish. Not that one. Go back to where you can see the front. The peach pinky with the pearl. From far away, I was like, is that a like Joan? But then I can tell now. And then
So
seeing
see all these backs?
yeah.
See, they're all smooth and shiny. They're all new. See the
And those
class?
class or the Timu class, that one on the right. Yeah, the big Maltese cross one, that's a Timu brooch clasp.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
These all are.
Yeah. But
So then you go to different live shows and they're like, oh, we have a C clasp. Now, I mean, technically it is. Is it a vintage C clasp? No.
Yeah.
It's just very easy to manufacture a C clasp like that.
Yep. But see these backs? Burn these backs to your brain.
Yeah.
These are new brooches. People buy the heck out of them in some live shows because they are beautiful, but do not buy them thinking you're getting vintage brooches. We have to know better.
Yeah.
At least
I
they
saw
sell
that
it
lot
new without packaging, so at least they're being honest.
Yeah, on that one they did. Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Same way with this. And also, if you do your daily research like I do for brooches, even under vintage brooches, you'll see the same brooches show up over and over and over because they're being mass produced. I love this title, don't you?
I like it. Hey, you work for them.
It did. They got a decent price.
I love
I don't know if I looked at
those prongs are so cool. Those are the dog.
So see these, and I'm not, like I said, I am 0.0000 Shriner expert. But see, like this is like the pie crust outside of the pie crust. So even if whoever the maker is, it's a nicely constructed brooch. And sometimes, guys, that's all we need to know, right? You don't always have to know the maker. We don't always have to do that research, but that pie crust, the pie crust settings, it's a nicely made brooch. What do you think, Shriner, Lynn?
I haven't seen any little wire hoops. The cupcake settings really make it look like it is. And the dogtooth prongs and the dome shape. I mean, it has a lot of features about it.
Sorry.
Oh, and the gammatic stone. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards yes.
Lynn, what is cupcake settings?
The pie crust on the back.
Okay. Cupcakes.
They call them different things, but yeah, I've always called them pie crust and she's called them cupcakes, and neither one is wrong.
Oh,
I think
there's
it's just
a wire.
different.
Isn't that like a little wire hoop thing?
Right here.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to point out.
You notice this
There and between the stone
Yeah.
on the by the pin, closer to the pin.
Yep, there's one up here too, somewhere.
Right there.
So
Yeah,
my
anyway.
unofficial answer was going to be that I believe it to be a Shriner. I'm not a Shriner expert, so but I agree there are lots of things that point to that it could be. All the things Lynn said is correct as far as why it could be. And then I was just going to point out those wires because they were hard to see. Does that mean it absolutely is? No, but it is another indicator.
And it's domed.
Yes.
It has kind of a
Yeah,
dome.
but lots of them are domed, but yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Lots of makers make dome brooches, but yes.
Hey,
Now,
Carrie,
They spelled Shriner wrong.
yeah.
Yes,
But
that was
not
my
that
other
it
thing.
hurt-
I was
not
waiting
that it
for somebody
hurt
to
them.
notice. Yes.
I have a question about how they worded that. They have maybe Shriner. Now, let's say they get this and they do their research and they find out it is not Shriner. Can they now say this is an INAD because they said it was Shriner?
No, but it was keyword spamming policy violation.
Okay.
That's the violation there.
When you put the maybe in there, that's a...
Well, the person could return it saying it. You said it was
Right.
Shriner and it's not. Yeah, totally. I mean, they could return it for anything.
Right.
It can get returned for anything. Yeah.
Hey, Carrie. Can I make a request? Could we do a call on designers that were notorious for having many unsigned pieces? Like,
Somebody else can. I'm not. Those are waters I'm not doing. Lynn wants to do one. I'll let her do it. I'm not. Mostly because if experts can fight over it every day on what's what, then who the heck am I to say? If I do research and I pull up all the unsigned Shriners, all the unsigned this, all the unsigned that.
No, not all piece. I think you misunderstood what I'm asking. Is just there were certain designers, like, okay, so we all know Juliana. None of those were signed. But there were other designers like Haskell. Not all Haskells are signed. Or
I'm not. Lynn can. I understood what you wanted. Because for one, I don't want to ever encourage people to spend hours and hours trying to find a maker when it's not signed.
And there's different time periods. Like you got Miriam Haskell, yeah, most of them are signed, but after a certain time period. So she only made them from the 30s to the 40s that were unsigned. So every maker is going to have probably a time frame when they didn't have stuff signed, and that can just be
why set a time period?
But then
why set a time period where they weren't?
The knowledge of knowing, like, now I know what to look for in a Juliana piece, and now, like, just the knowledge, I think it's so valuable how the two of you just knew right away that
I agree.
Yep.
I agree with what she's saying, because when you guys pointed out all that different stuff, now I definitely know what to look for. I think
I would say Shriner and Juliana are easier to talk about because a lot of those, Juliana's weren't signed and a lot of Shriners weren't signed.
Thank you. I have it.
So I think that those, wouldn't you agree, Lynn? Those are the two easier ones to.
Yes. Yep.
To go to.
And there's
and
a lot of information out there about them to look up.
Yes.
So with the other ones, like Weiss doesn't have any specific features that pop out distinctly.
The
it
other
kind of blends
designers
with a
don't
lot
have.
of other.
Right.
Haskell, I think, has some pretty definitive look.
Yes.
I think so too, but there's a whole lot of knockoffs that look so similar.
Similars, yeah.
And they fight about it terrible. And I am no expert in that by any means, so I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But if somebody feels like they're confident in it and would like to, okay. But I also don't want you guys spending huge amounts of time trying to identify other makers besides like Juliana and Shriner, because most of the time it doesn't matter anyway.
Or
Can
maybe
you pull
just
up a Haskell and tell us like you just did that with the Shriner one? You guys are saying it's so
I
obvious.
am not, because I am not even well versed in Haskell. It's
Oh,
definitely
okay.
not in my. I don't pick up unsigned things saying, "Oh, I hope this is a Haskell." Maybe I could get Janine to do that for us, but I will say she's gone in groups and been pretty sure she has one, and then had to fight everybody, right? So it's just Haskell's. A lot of people use that wiring, and a lot of people use those settings, and a lot of people try to mimic the Haskells, and they,
Mhm.
don't you agree, Lynn? It's hard.
Yeah,
Lynn,
Haskell is a hard one.
Didn't you do one on Haskell, Lynn?
I did, and it's still a difficult one because what I would suggest is just if you think it is, price it like it is. If it
Right.
doesn't sell, then other people know it's not, and then lower your
maybe
price.
Nicole could look up that I can't think of that video you did on Haskell. Maybe that would help, Nicole.
Yep.
And I would say that very respectfully, if I did the exact same video with the exact same examples that, like, let's say Lynn, and I haven't seen it, so I'm not like saying it's Lynn, but Lynn could do a video with the exact same examples of unsigned Haskells and this and that, and I could do the exact same one with the same examples, we're going to have a different opinion. Does that mean we're wrong? Well, one of us is wrong, but who's going to tell you who's wrong? So it's hard to teach.
Well, maybe just a refresher on like the basics of a well-made piece. Like, I know there's some things that we all know, but maybe it would be worth revisiting, because usually the unsigned designer pieces are made better than.
And you know what I can tell you to do, Nicole, is that comes with handling more jewelry.
Well, I've been handling
research every day on eBay, the solds every day, and handle more jewelry.
When you search,
and we really kind of have talked a lot about it, because when I start thinking about how would I put a video together like that, it's going to be look at the new ones and see how they compare to the old ones. And we do a lot of that already.
I agree. It's a culmination of everything we talk about every week.
Yeah.
And when I see lots, that's why I've started keeping these lots and stuff, is to be able to say, what about this lot? Why didn't this sell for more? Why did this, is this a lot we would pick up? If this is a lot I'm not picking up. Right? Nobody else did either, so people are smart. But why? Because most of this would go in my junk lot. Right? Does it look like, could you make your money back? I'm sure you could. You can make a lot of little lots out of this, right?
I actually have. Like that Park Lane, I put it with other enameled.
Painfully make my money back, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'd rather not list anything.
$123 spent better somewhere else?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And that's the same way with me, Razin, with my advice to Larry is you gotta be more of a broke-minded sourcer. Because it's only $10. It's only $17 with shipping. But could we redeploy that money better with less pain when we're sourcing? So there's a lot of quantity here. There's not a lot of quality. Like, I'm sure this is probably a Monet. Maybe not. It looks a little thin. Maybe not.
They're all new.
Well,
most are new.
Even if it was, it's not worth much.
Correct. Right. So people jump on these. They get this might be the Sarah Coventry one that looks like Trifari. You know, that one that it's supposed to look like it, but it's not. So there are name brand ones in here that probably are branded. Like, they're not all Temu, but I don't want to make my money back this way. Right. So if I have these things at a lot, like in that 100-pound lot that I bought, if I have stuff like this, will I make a bunch of small lots to sell to somebody else? Sometimes I do, but I don't source intentionally and buy this stuff. Do I end up with it sometimes? Yeah, sometimes we all do. And then we have to dispose of it the less painful way we can. But when we're actually putting our money out there, this isn't something I would go after. This one, never heard of it. I would have totally missed out. So when I find out that I'd miss out on some things, sometimes I try to bring it. It was ended too, but I mean, there must be something about it. It is a designer I'd never heard of. Thought I would share it. It's from Japan. So
what's the price?
Thought I would. They were asking like $200.
No, didn't it have the price on the tag?
Well, it's in Japanese, so I don't really know yen very well.
16,000 yen.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought it said.
But I don't have any idea what that means. So,
well, I'll look it up.
Here is. So here's a $300 lot. Very well staged.
$108. 108.
This is 55 pounds.
Oh crap! Because I was like, oh my god, how did they get that for £5? But that makes more sense now. It's 55. Okay. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So what I'm saying,
5 pounds?
Yeah.
right.
Not look like 55 pounds to me.
Well, I think there's more tables full.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Look at all the
My
work
point,
they
and
went
there's
to.
exactly Trifari, Joan Rivers. This is a pretty well-known seller, and she has lots of jewelry. Trifari, Joan Rivers, all this good stuff. And I could have got more for that 55 pounds in the way that I do my junk boxes. Or at least the $300
Oh,
by
yeah,
just
that's
dumping
only
it.
$5.45 a pound. And usually we can get like 10 sometimes. So yeah.
So my point on this is she spent a lot of work to make this look really nice, and she did make it look really nice. But I get more money dumping them in a box. So this is where our time comes into value, and I'm not putting shade on this seller at all. I think her stuff looked really nice. She went to a lot of work. I think she didn't need to go to that work. This one, however, good for them. I can't remember. I looked it up what they got, and it was a lot. This is a lot of work that I'm not doing because I'm too lazy. But and there's some decent earrings in here, but that is, I mean, that'd be a pretty good price for those earrings. However, I just sold that same pair for $60 as a Matisse Renoir set. But anyway, I thought good for them, but I'm not doing it. But that's a pretty good price. 55 pairs of earrings for, I think it was like $400. That's pretty good. So kudos to them. That was a boy, if we can sell these at auction for $130, I'm questioning my whole entire business model, guys.
This needs to be in no returns.
What did they
You know what
start?
I think gold price is high. I think people are buying lots that have gold stuff in them.
That top one, that necklace is a Trifari, I'm pretty sure.
Carrie, what did that start at? What was the starting bid?
Either way, I'm not buying the jar for $130. $29.99.
$30.
I'm also going to have the unpopular opinion that if you're starting, this does not mean a Shriner like crystal or a high-end piece. But if we have a lot and you start them much over $29.99, you're going to have trouble getting people to bid. Unless it's a high-end, you know, really spectacular thing. People like to bid.
I can speak from experience to that.
But then you run the risk of it selling for $31.
Which is why
that's why I don't do auctions. Yeah. This was a beautiful piece, guys. Beautiful piece. I feel like me and Lynn would trip over people trying to get to that on an auction table. I feel like we both would have been like, might have gave somebody a shoulder check for it. So this is something we should be able to recognize. I had a piece yesterday. I have not listed it yet, but I had a piece in a lot yesterday that it was not beautiful blue like this. It was boring and gray, but the middle was the same. We have to recognize that that is hair.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that great grandma's hair?
It's somebody's, right? So that is what, when I say it's a morning piece, this is what I mean when I say morning piece. Lots of people call anything black a morning piece, but this is a true Victorian, probably mid-era morning piece.
And because it's like white or blonde or whatever, those go for more, right?
Yeah, those do go for a little bit more, but this would have brought $300 anyway.
Regardless, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
I mean, the hair is, I still say hair is creepy, but it is beautiful.
This is low carat gold. You can see it a mile away. This is old gold. When I say down the rabbit hole of when we don't have a marked piece of gold, but you just know. And look at that. Look at the hinge. When I also, you know, I hear everybody say, look, the pin. I see this in live selling a lot. The pin goes past it. It's really old. This is what it means when the pin goes past it. It's old. Right? That's, you know, that's not even an extreme example, but it is. Just you'd see that on a table. For one, you'd know it's a hairpiece. For another, it does look low carat gold. So
I can't wait till Thursday because I'm going to look at some jewelry for an estate that they haven't had the sale yet. And she said she was given my name because they knew that I would appreciate the Victorian jewelry, and she started telling me some of the stuff she has, like a mourning piece with hair in it, and she said somebody told her that like 5 or 6 other pieces were Victorian. She's like, I don't really know what that means, but so I'm like super excited to go see what this is going to be.
You gonna get a chance to pre-buy, or are you there
Yeah,
to help
she's
with
like,
the estate?
no, she had a lady come in and price everything, and that lady I know, and she doesn't do estates, but when a family wants to do something like that on their own, she will go in and help them. And she said, I priced everything to sell, and I told them that everything is going to be reasonable, so it's out the door at the end if you want to get rid of this stuff. And then she started telling her about that I would appreciate some of this stuff. She has a Victorian ruby ring. She said she can't let that go because some people in the family want it and they're just going to have to buy it outright. But she wanted me to look at it and price it. And, you know, that's so rare for me to, I don't know if I'll be able to, but anyway, I'm excited to see what she has. I'm a little nervous about the prices.
Price the ruby ring low, because if that's the top tier, then everything has to be lower than that. So if you devalue the ruby one, then everything else they'll think is less.
But everything's already priced, but that one.
Darn.
Scoop it up, Lynn. Scoop it up. If it's good, get it all.
That's a great piece.
I love a good book. I love a good bug brooch.
I never knew his name was Daniel.
So this lot went for $214.28 on auction. So tell me what your favorite pieces would be on this.
That one on the right.
This one would be, yeah, that one was definitely one of my favorites because it could be low carat gold.
I was just gonna say that it looks like gold filled, or
the pink long
and
one.
The settings, so like the main tip off for me,
that bezel.
The
bezel, right, Carrie?
No, that's not what I was gonna say, but now I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
The bow brooch might be something too. There's I think Givenchy has bow brooches, and I would look at it first and check it right there.
I don't think
that's a cool one. The horse.
I don't think
one.
this one is, but that horse was one that I would.
That looks like KGL.
I think so too. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if it's.
That's a unicorn,
KGL.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does have a horn.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Sword was cool. This one's probably an old pot metal, maybe, could be. So this kind of lot, these are the lots I'll at least take time to look at. This isn't
Art Deco on the second on the bottom.
Yeah, and this one, you can't tell always whether. So like, this could be Essex glass, but it's got such a bad angle. You know what I mean? It's so flat looking, but maybe it's not. And then that green one down there, these are the type of lots that I'll pay attention to.
But for a learning moment, would you have paid $214 off the top of your head?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Depends on the horse.
30, 40, 50, 60, 17.
I might have paid once. If I was bidding, I would have been out at like 150. You know why? Because if one of those brooches, one of those pot metal brooches, if these were old pot metal, you could probably get one, or that unicorn. If one of those you could get 140 out of, you'd almost pay for your lot with one piece. So it's also what you think you can get from things. You know, all of our stores are different, what kind of prices we can demand and which ones we can't. So you got to keep that into consideration, but that's a pretty nice lot. I would pay 150 for it probably.
Okay.
I wouldn't have paid 214 for it, but I would have paid 150 for it.
Yeah, that unicorn could be David Webb too. I've seen some sales recently on those, and man, would that be a lucky find?
Even if it isn't signed, it's a shrimp turned into a unicorn, guys. I mean, like, it's worth something. So, yeah, so we also have to be able to think on our toes. So, like, I don't know how many of you guys have been to a live jewelry auction, but they move fast. You don't always get to be able to, like, see. It's not, like fantasy world is you get to see everything first, you get to write down the lot numbers and put your, it doesn't always work that way. So you have to be able to, like, see the tops of this and go, how much money am I going to get? And if my gut instinct, because sometimes we have to make gut instinct reactions and you don't always have a lot of time. So my gut instinct reaction would have been like, I'll go 150, right? So you have to develop that over time. It doesn't just happen. We don't always, we can't always Google Lens things. We can't always do all that. So, and you guys know I'm also with Jason Adams that says that Google Lens really screws people up a lot because it's wrong a lot. Yeah, Nicole.
So speaking of pot metal, can I share my screen? Because I have a listing up that I think is pot metal, but I'm second guessing myself after listening to you.
Sure.
Or do you want me to wait until you're done?
No, it's fine.
Okay. What happened here? Share. You cannot start screen. Oh, that's why.
Oh, I gotta kick myself off. Hang on.
I can wait.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. Screen. Start. Okay. Can you guys see that?
Nope, not sharing.
Hang on. Share screen. Screen brought everything. Okay. Stop. Start.
Nope.
What about now?
Nope, not sharing.
I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
I'm gonna finish up here so we can end the recording, and then if you get it pulled up, let me know.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna finish up here. So then let's see. That one I think just went. This was an interesting lot. I feel like maybe I did bid on it, but I don't remember when I dropped out. But it's an interesting lot. And it was probably worth it. Some pieces are better than others, but they all are old. Probably a lot of gold filled in here. If I could just source with things like this, I would be super happy. Just pieces like this. This is the kind of stuff that I love to dig through and love to see and love to get. A lot of interesting materials in there. That one little, so I think that's probably, I don't know if that's camphor glass or not, but it's cool. It's probably a buckle if I had to guess.
It looks like it, yeah. It's got that little rhinestone in the middle.
Yep. And that's that moss agate. Those little earrings are moss agate, I bet. There was a close-up. This one, so this.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah,
that's
so that's
different.
Yeah, that's cool. Even though it's itty bitty, and these little things are things you can find literally in the bottom of box crumbs. Are these, you'll find a little bitty little old one like that, and those are good pieces. I really like this lot. I do think I was bidding on it. I don't really remember what happened there. I bid on lots of things. I don't always remember. Like this, this is an old watch chain. That's an old watch chain. You can tell, but see how it's sitting up, so it's hard to catch. So these are
That's
lots that I just,
probably $70, $80 right there.
yep. So cool lot. This is the kind of jewelry that if you could just immerse me in and I could just specialize in it and learn and just, this is it. That's my, but unfortunately I don't find big immersion pools of that very often. This is somebody else's lot, over 150 pieces, but this was my, she doesn't even have great feedback, was my whole point on the fact that we don't always have to spend a whole bunch of time staging everything. Although I do think there was lots of wearable pieces in here. It's just thrown out on the table. And a busy table to boot. So, I don't remember what, I looked this up, but I can't remember what the offer was, but there was an offer on this. Same thing. Just, this lady does it my style. Throw it in a box. So our prices are not out of line is what I was trying to get to. This, you know, our prices for chucking stuff around is not out of line. This lady's a new seller, I think, 67 feedback. Now look at this. Beautifully set, right? Got KJL, JBK, Monet, $133.
I was looking at this lot. There's a lot of junk in here too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back and I looked at her feedback. So she sprinkles in some name brand, but there's a lot of just like, you know, current junk. So
Yeah, I'm not buying it. My point is though, look at the work she went through.
She put a lot of work in, but some of her lots go for a lot, like $200, $300, $400 too.
There's also a lot of them though that are, go ahead.
Did you notice that she used a coordinating tablecloth that makes it look like it's full of more pieces that are a different color?
I think it's setting people up to be disappointed because you're staging half of its junk and you're staging it to look nice. And then, yeah, like Lynn said, it makes it even look like there's more than there is. So like, I'd rather put it in a box and have people be more happy.
And if I'm
That's
not
what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken about this seller, another thing, I went into her store and she has like some really nice higher end pieces that she sells individually. So that was a turn off to me too, because I know she's cherry picking the really, really good stuff. So I don't know.
And I do that. I agree with that whole thought and that philosophy. I do that. I have gotten some great stuff off of resellers, but it's usually obscure stuff that they didn't know was good. Stuff that wasn't marked or stuff they didn't know. But you're right. I do always look too, because they're going to pick out that good stuff that's obvious. But a lot of those, I guess my point is like, you have to decide whether you're, you know, are you time poor, you're money poor, and you're not going to see the fancy stage stuff for me. I can't do it. I just don't have time. I chuck it in a box, but people love my junk boxes. So, like what Meg said, you know, I'm setting people up to be pleasantly surprised versus disappointed with their, you know, paid up for junk. So let's see. I got Nicole's thing here. I will share my screen.
Thank you. This was one of those.
I probably is. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this was one of those, like Carolyn was in my head. I wasn't sure, just get it up and worry about it later, ask the group, and I just kept forgetting.
So this little one is not pot metal. Well, I don't think, is it lightweight? I think this, not this one, the really small one. I feel like it's one of those lightweight enamel ones.
The flower basket?
No, the other one, the other small one.
Oh, I have a picture of all of the backs.
This one.
Yeah, it's not light, but it's not like heavy, but it's not lightweight either.
Regardless, do you think anybody's going to buy these in the condition they're in?
Interestingly, you ask, because I sold what I thought was a pot metal brooch that was bigger and in better condition. Not perfect, but yeah, that's why I put them all together, and that's why I put it at $29.99. But they are pot metal.
I don't know about the big one. I don't know. It's hard to tell in pictures sometimes.
know.
The one on the right, I don't think is because it's not very thick.
Right. And that C clasp is bent. So I couldn't even, I was afraid to try to bend it back because of how old it was and that it might break.
I would not sell these. I'm just being honest.
Okay. So I should take it down, put it in a lot.
What about you, Lynn?
These were in my repair. And then when I went through my repair box, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to even try.
I would probably put them in with a bigger lot.
Of better quality or the same?
Just with, yeah, with a mix of stuff, like
okay,
some nicer pieces and
I'd be afraid to put them in a big lot because I'm afraid they'd cause a return.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I would junk lot them.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They look like there's something you're going to craft with.
Got it. Got it.
I've sold like clear rhinestone lots with all them older brooches, like that middle one. I've sold them before. They have that funky metal, and some of them I really don't know if they're pot metal. They're kind of like that. They're questionable.
Yeah, I've done that as like I've done like a junk craft lot of all rhinestone stuff. You could do it that way.
I've done harvest rhinestone lots.
Yeah, you'll get a lot for that if you have a ton of them.
But I don't try to sell them as, even though she put reed in there, like I don't want people scrolling through my store and happen to hit this one and go, oh, they sell junk.
Got it.
Unless you listed it as a harvest repair parts lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
This would make me question, like, if that's like a regular listing, it would make me question the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, you might be safer just saying it's a craft lot or craft, and throw other pieces in there that are same quality.
I don't think it's wrong to sell things like this, just sell it for what they are. Yeah. They're probably not even repairable, but you could harvest out of them.
Okay. Here's the link. I sold one for $29.99. Let me see if I can get it up. I can't get it up, but it was in much better condition and it had pink rhinestones and it was bigger.
So it's not apples for apples.
Correct. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback.
Okay, I'm going to end the recording here. I appreciate everybody for coming to the jewelry call. I'm trying to kind of go more where we're just talking about practical things, learning practical things, and saving stuff throughout the week that you guys also can save things throughout the week. You see a lot that like, hey, I wonder what the group would think about this lot. I wonder what we should have paid for this. Bring it to the call. We'll talk about it because the day-to-day stuff. But the absolute best thing you can do for yourself is to feel more jewelry, see more jewelry, and do your research every single day, because that is what will get you ahead when you go to a sale or go to have a sourcing opportunity. And remember, because if you go like I have no doubt that if Lynn would show up at that, she knows, even if let's say she didn't know that late, because now she knows it's good. But if she didn't know and somebody says, hey, I have all this Victorian jewelry for you to look at, and if she walked in the door and it wasn't, she knows, right? We have to be able to know when people are not telling us the truth. And sometimes people don't lie to us on purpose. Sometimes people just don't know better. So we have to know better. So like Lynn would have to know, like, okay, yes, this is all this period. No, it isn't. Just because she's not going to just fall for it because the state lady told her it was. That was my point, right? Because she knows. So we have to know, because I mean, I've seen lots put up where I'm like, that is not even close to what that stuff is, right? We've all seen those. We have to know that when we're in a pressure situation or the sales situation. So the knowledge is superpower. I know that sounds corny, but it is very much true. So I appreciate you all, and until next week. Hey, it's Carrie with Reseller Revenue. Just wanted to come on and let you know if you'd like to see more of this, if you'd like to see more of my daily calls Monday through Thursday, and you'd like to participate, please go to Reseller Revenue Patreon group, and that's how you join our Facebook group also, is through that link. And you can join our morning calls, which we meet every day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we have other calls afterwards, like we have a shoe call, a clothing call. We have a bunch of different kinds of calls. Also, the jewelry call that I do with Finds of Yesterday is on Tuesday mornings following the morning call. And also, you can get information on how to get personalized one-on-one coaching for an additional fee. From me, we'll review your store. We'll go through different ways you can improve your listings. So I'd love to have you please check out Reseller Revenue on Patreon.